Hello, everyone. Hi. Okay, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for dropping by. Okay, in this video, we're going to talk about the Qimen forecast. Let me just share the slide. Okay. Oops, nope, this one. Here we go. Right, the May 2024 Qimen strategies. Last month, I presented the forecast through a series of doodle videos. I'm glad some of you enjoyed it. Bear with me, please. I'm experimenting with different methods of storytelling. Doodling was fun, but the primary advantage being that it presented the information in easily digestible bite sized bits. But I'm not happy leh, because there's so much more to share, right? So this time around, I'm recording the video this way so that I can include, right, the Qimen strategies and 100 tactics. Now, to explain, Qimen is the art of war. Okay, this whole chart here. So the stars and doors together forms a strategy. Stars and doors coming together forms a strategy. Basically, everyone is familiar with the 36 stratagems. Okay, so meanwhile, the combination of the stems, there are 100 possible combinations in total, actually suggesting 100 plausible tactics. Unlike the 36 stratagems, the 100 tactics are not very famous, but it was actually there are texts for it. It is actually compiled during the Ming Dynasty. Now, let me add a quick caveat. Okay, Qimen is a war system. They're only concerned about winning, not about being nice. Okay. Also, there is no must here. If the suggested strategy or tactic makes sense to you, you feel that you can apply it within a month's strategy, then great. If you think you can't use it, don't need to, right? Don't worry. Okay. So now, before we get into the May analysis, how would you know which palace refers to you? Easy peasy, plot your 八字 chart. Everything begins by plotting your 八字 chart, okay? So right at the top where it says Qimen Destiny Palace, all right? Don't bother about anything else. All this don't care. Just focus on the location. In this example, northwest. And by the way, my preferred online 八字 plotter is the one provided for free by the JY Mastery Academy. So the link is in the video description if you want to plot your own chart. It's very easy to use. You just need to register one time and then you can plot as many charts as you like. Okay. So now let's start with the southeast because May is the month of the snake. And snake is in the southeast. So Ren and Sin, flying snake awakens. Now remember how in April, do you remember the April video? Remember how in April you were asked to put up some boundaries before you get overloaded with other people's problems? Well, May is the consequence if you had not done so. The rainwater represents ongoing problems and hassles, while the sin metal represents punishment. So feelings of being overburdened, trapped, resentment, feeling downtrodden, feeling like a doormat, maybe. So the quick question is, are you okay with this? Right? Because the white tiger and destructor star are giving you the chance to break that doormat pattern once and for all. So for the possible strategy, well, a pro quo, right? If we temporarily cannot stop being a doormat, then at least we use it to our advantage. In other words, if we have no choice but to take on other people's burdens, at least negotiate to get some benefits out of it. Don't just say yes, 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 okay, 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 right? But the 100 tactics is more direct. It literally says you don't need to own all the problems. You don't own all the problems. No is a complete sentence. No, no need to justify one. No. Okay. So next, the South Destiny Palace. When the sixth harmony comes along with the death door, we know that certain relationships need to come to an end. The sin and pain points at mediocrity, which means have you been seeking advice from perhaps, or perhaps even working with the wrong people? Don't just think of friends and colleagues. Yeah, this could mean clients too. Working with the wrong clients can also make it hard for our own brand to grow. Why else do everyone fight for the brand name accounts, right? So basically, if your Destiny Palace is in the south, with the Death Door and Assistant Star, it's time to take this big picture look at the people around you. Are they aligned to your goals? Are they inspiring you? Are they challenging you? Or are they just draining you? Okay. So, first, the strategy, find a better network. Okay. Seek to work with collaborators or even clients who helps you up your game. Clients need to be filtered too, right? At the tactical level, you don't need to do a massive overhaul of your contacts list. Go small to win big. Focus on the 20% that can bring you 80% of the benefits. We cool? Okay, next, Southwest. Southwest looks a bit like a fake it till you make it kind of formation. You have the ping with the hero and the moon right at the top, all looking good. And at the bottom there with the gui and the geng and the fear door denoting hidden problems, perhaps even deliberate obfuscation. Now, startups do this a lot. Startups play with this a lot. They project strength, competence, success, even when they're not entirely there yet. Okay, I'm sharing this to ask you to be careful. Using this strategy can easily backfire. That was how Elizabeth Holmes got into trouble. Okay, but doesn't this description remind you of the empty fort strategy? Okay, if you're not familiar, during the Three Kingdoms period, Zhuge Liang found himself trapped in a small fort. His army was totally outnumbered. He couldn't afford to fight, and he couldn't run. So what he did was he set up his qin, his musical instrument, his harp or some whatever you call it, right at the front of the fort, at the top, very visible to everybody, playing it cool, while the enemy arrives, he's still playing his chin like he's not bothered. All right. So tricking them, basically what he did was he tricked them into thinking that there are traps and ambushes inside so that they would retreat. All right. You can actually there's plenty of videos on YouTube with the empty fort strategy. So what you could do is run a search, right? So this type of strategy, good for a one-off maneuver, not really good for long run because you can't repeat the same trick. You risk damaging your credibility. Also, it's exhausting to keep up the mask. Every time I think of this scenario with Zhuge Liang, I always imagine him like, well, outside being all cool, inside is sweating bullets. Okay, so yes, it's a deception strategy, but here's the difference. Zhuge Liang deployed it to save lives. Many startups use this to sometimes uh, attract investors, so you can't use this strategy all the time. Also, for Zhuge Liang, the strategy worked because the role he played was so fundamentally different from his reputation of being careful and detailed. So, with such a dangerous strategy up for grabs, obviously the tactics should offer something to counter, right? So, in this case, it's saying stick to your guns. Keeping up with the Jonases can be exhausting and draining to our resources. So curb the need to show off for the sake of showing off. In period 9 and in today's world, authenticity and transparency literally works better for the long term. Of course, this can work both ways, yeah. When opportunities come to you in May, be sure to look beyond the surface. Don't be immediately taken in by a show of force. Probe beyond the surface. Okay? Next, in the west, all right, the Kui and Wu. This is a heavenly yi combined, and there's a little geng here, right? We don't like the geng, right? So basically, what this story is trying to tell you is opportunities are opening up, but somehow you may not be ready just yet, or you simply think that the opportunities could be too big for you. So in marketing, this is known as a conversion problem. Okay, market is big, but somehow you're not getting a taste of the pie. So this crane is like a huge warehouse with its door wide open. right? So all the rats come in to eat the grains and draw in the snake some more. Okay, this is how I see it. You may have left the back door open for your competitors to sneak through. This could refer to potential pilferage, or worse, perhaps someone on your team could have carelessly given out information or leads. So for the strategy, shut the damn door. Okay. So tighten up security, limit access points, review access permissions, set up surveillance cameras. This is why many companies install spyware into their employees' laptops. Okay, so the easier one to implement, after all, this is a 1 month energy, the 100 tactics. Eject the contentious people. In every organization, there will always be someone, that one smart aleck, who seems to be working against everybody else's efforts, or even against the organization's best interests, right? We can't we don't let's not make any assumptions about their intentions. They may not have bad intentions. They could even be motivated as simply as they think they know better. So you end up with a situation where everyone is rowing one way and this person insists on rowing another. So this one is no mercy. Okay, if they're not rowing, yeet them off the boat before they capsize the boat. Okay. And oh, by the way, if you guys are enjoying this, do me a solid, please. All right, hit that like button so that YouTube also knows that you enjoy this type of sharing. Okay. So now let's go to northwest. All right, you see the double emptiness here. All right, so along with the Wu and Ji, formation is the nobleman enters prison, which means that the assistance that you have been waiting for may not be forthcoming because your nobleman is tied down somewhere else. So you're on your own, babe. Right. So in this case, strategy wise, well, sitting around and waiting for help is not going to be ideal, right? If we can't go big, then we go smaller. Basically, we start building first while waiting for the promised aid to arrive. And in the realm of the 100 tactics, remember the tale of the tortoise racing against the hare? Yeah, this is it. Slow and steady wins the race. So do what you can. Keep moving on your own. This is here to test your fortitude and resilience. Okay, next, right? If your destiny palace is in the north, the G and thing is the red phoenix enters grave formation. So in April you may have taken some time off the grind, but unfortunately and in very human terms, getting back into the grind seems so distasteful in May. Okay, so you may be finding it hard to commit yourself to projects, but the good news is so many opportunities are coming your way, all right? So this is what you need to be aware of. You may be making decisions based on convenience instead of aligning your actions to your overall objective. So basically, at the back of the mind of your mind could be searching for the easy way out. What's the easiest way to do something? You may not be thinking of impact. So I'm just here to tick the boxes. So in Malay we call this memenuhi syarat. Okay, it's like fulfilling, just ticking items off the boxes. So an awareness of this tendency in May would be very helpful. A possible strategy: the retreat hexagram actually holds the clue. Okay, retreat in order to advance. Go back to your core skills. If you're having a hard time choosing, choose the opportunity that will help you strengthen your core skills or core markets. As for the 100 tactics, this is quite a well known tactic. Be impeccable with your word to the guests. Basically, walk the talk. If you're going to be busy just ticking off boxes, at least make sure you deliver what you promised. Okay. And next, if your destiny palace is in the northeast, this is one of the best palaces in May. Okay, me likey. Okay, so Ting and Yi heavenly flourish formation. Now, May it would be a good timing to launch something. If your destiny palace is in the northeast, whether you know it or not, you have the resources as well as the support from this formation itself, right? The harm door is also supportive of proactive action. So certainly with the grass star, there is some indication of potential wealth leak. you can flip that into the positive by investing into some marketing campaigns. So, which leads us to a plausible Qimen strategy, right? Create something out of nothing, which is basically all about starting a buzz. Okay, you could call it propaganda, but really, marketing is propaganda, right? So, but now you're thinking, now you tell me a bit too late, isn't it? So easy to start a marketing campaign, meh? All right, it has to be planned months in advance. Okay, so we move to 100 tactics, speed over perfection. In other words, launch first, tweak later, right? Just do something that can get you off the ground faster than your competitors. This is like being the first person at a buffet table. Okay, cool. All right, next, finally, last but not least, the East Destiny Palace. Yi and Ren, Day Noble enters Earth. Right? Yeah, you may be wasting some time pursuing false goals or building something on false foundations, which means that if your Destiny Palace is in the East, one of your tasks in May is to do a review of your goals or objectives. Let me give you a very common business example. I mean, everyone knows business is all about the bottom line, profits, but an all out chase for profits is a false goal because you are neglecting customer satisfaction or maybe ethical practices. So, consequently, the business may not last because it is built on false foundations. However, if you are a fly by night company, then this formation could actually work for you. Okay, so another common example would be in terms of investing paper gains, or be careful of companies building up their books to make it look like they are thriving. Okay, so there is a Qimen strategy called feign madness but keep balance. It's a deception strategy, okay, whereby you make others think that you are motivated by one thing, but actually you're looking for a different outcome. This is actually great to use in a negotiation. So if you are heading into a negotiation, well, you could actually apply this strategy. The 100 tactics doubles down on this even more. Espionage in the past, it means sending spies. Today can also mean industrial spies, or even easier, easy to spy on everybody nowadays is called social media. Okay, so more commonly today, go through their your competitors' social media sites to suss out their true intent to see what their real situation is. Are customers complaining? Are they responding? What's going on? What's the problem? All right. So this is basically what diplomats do as well, right? So we need to find out what's the lay of the land. Okay. All right. See, easy peasy. That's it for the May forecast. Not too long as well. Slightly longer than the doodle videos. I sincerely hope you enjoyed this. Now, in the interest of time, I will not be re-recording the Bazi forecast nor the Feng Shui Flying Stars forecast for May. What I'm gonna do, we had already done a detailed live stream, and so I'm going to link the video to this one for completion. Okay, so before I sign off, if you have any questions, drop it in the comments until I see you in the next video, on which you can look forward to having a new content out dropping. Right, you have a great day ahead. Okay, bye guys.